Assalamu alaikum, my dear students. This is your science class. So before moving towards our chapter, I am having a video which I have to share. So first watch it out, then we will move forward.
Respect elders and all.
Hello, Nanny. How are you?
Pass me the ball. Pass me the ball. Oh ho, hope she doesn't smack me. Don't you worry. Oh, good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, Aishu.
I'm extremely sorry.
It's okay, dear. That was a good shot, though.
Thank you. Sorry once again, ma'am.
Very sweet.
Hey, Aishu. I was expecting her to scream at us. Remember how Uncle was angry at me? If you do good, good will come to you. Oh, so throwing a ball on others is good, huh? No, Arjun. Uncle greeted Nani pleasingly. He did not care to acknowledge. Instead, Nani rudely asked for the ball. Exactly. We must respect and show concern to others, especially elders. Agreed. Now let's get back to play. Like, share, subscribe.
So students, hope you enjoyed the video and you must keep retain the importance of respect in our life. So let's begin with our new chapter, that is manufacturing from raw material to useful product. This is our chapter number 8 and lesson 1. Objectives of lesson 1. In this lesson, you will learn the manufacturing process, conversion of raw material into useful products by chemical reactions. The air, water, rocks, living things, and fossil fuels are sources of raw materials. So, dear students, on our screen we are having different pictures of manufacturing industries. In the first one, we are having the brick manufacturing, then we are having leather, then the car manufacturing industry, then milk production, the clothing, then again the car one, bike, biscuits, and the last we are having this Coca-Cola manufacturing industry. So the purpose of showing all these different industries to you is to retain in your mind that that how the raw material is going to be changed through the process of manufacturing, and you will get the finished good, or you get the useful products that you are using in our daily life. So here I have one video that is the manufacturing of airplane, and hope you will enjoy that video. So let's begin.
This is the most productive aeroplane factory in the world. Boeing's Renton plant outside Seattle builds the 737 in all its configurations for customers globally. To build 42 planes a month, you need a pretty sophisticated, pretty huge production line. It takes 9 days for a plane to do this loop and be assembled. Let's break that down. Boeing's built more than 9,000 737s since launching the single-aisle jet in the mid-1960s. And each one started life something like this, a hollow fuselage built in Wichita, Kansas, and hauled by train to Renton. Once that shell enters the factory, days 1 through 3 are really all about the internals. It's like building a house. First, engineers install the plumbing and electrics and the insulation. On the 4th day, the tube becomes a plane. The wings go on, along with the vertical fin or tail. Workers align them with laser guidance. This is when they fit the landing gear, too. Day 5 is for the horizontal stabilizer install and the start of functional tests. Engineers are putting wiring in now for flight control and finishing the internal floorboards. They start building the interiors up, the galleys and the bathrooms. Then, on day 6, the plane comes alive. That flashing red light means there's power to the airplane. Large-scale tests are now possible. Like, does the landing gear retract properly? It had better. The next time it's folded away will be when this plane takes off for the first time. Day 7, and the plane's weight is set on its own wheels, and the engines are fixed to the wings, along with their own network of wires, cables, and tubes. All through the build, systems are checked and rechecked, and day 8 is a critical test of the flight control surfaces, the flaps, and the flight deck itself, the cockpit. All these parts have been checked in isolation. Now it's crucial they work together. The plane is nearing the end of the moving production line. On day 9, the customer gets to do a walkthrough inspection before it's towed out of the factory. Born, in a way, into the big wide world. The next stop is Renton Field for ground tests of the engines and other systems. And then, first flight. So you can see, like down there, there's a...
So, dear students, that video is on the manufacturing of airplane. Hope you enjoyed that, how the things are arranged, and a workforce is there to create an airplane. So let's start from here, that manufacturing. So what actually the manufacturing is? Manufacturing is the conversion of raw materials into useful products by chemical reaction. So the concept of manufacturing is this: by using the raw material, we have to we convert them into the useful product with the help of chemical reaction. So in the picture, we are having the raw materials, and by using that raw material, we will get the useful product, that is cement. So limestone, clay, water, all these three are the raw materials, and we are having the cement manufacturing machine. You will see that limestone, clay and water are mixed, they go under the machine. Then we are having the gypsum. Gypsum is actually added to cement to slow down the drying time. And then we are having a rotary cooler, and the grinding mill. So after that we get the cement. So manufacturing is a process through which we use the raw material, and that raw material is converted into the useful product, as you seen in this picture, that is cement, with the help of chemical reaction. So next we are having another video related to cement manufacturing. So let's enjoy.
Portland cement. Cement is manufactured by two methods. They are 1. Wet process, 2. Dry process. Now, let us discuss wet process and dry process in detail. Wet process. In the wet process, first, the clay is purified by washing in a wash mill. The limestone is crushed into small particles and mixed with purified clay in proper portions to get raw slurry. Dry process. In the dry process, the raw materials are mixed in proper proportions. The mixture is dried, pulverized, crushed into fine particles, and made uniform. The resulting powder is called raw material. The raw slurry or raw meal obtained by one of wet or dry process called charge. Charge is introduced into a rotary kiln. A rotary kiln consists of a steel cylinder about 150 meters long and 4-meter diameter and rotates 30 to 60 turns per hour. At one end of the cylinder, a screw conveyor is arranged which slowly allows the charge into the cylinder. The other end of the cylinder, a burner is arranged. Coal or burning oil is burned at this end. The charge entering the cylinder slowly moves towards the hot end. At the burning end of the kiln, the temperature is around 1700 to 1900 degrees centigrade. At this end, some chemical reaction takes place between calcium oxide and aluminium silicates. Mixture of calcium silicates and calcium aluminates is formed. The resultant product consists of gray hard balls called clinker cement. Clinker cement is cooled, ground to fine powder, and mixed with 2 to 3% of gypsum.
So hopefully you people got the idea about cement. So we are having now sources of raw materials. Raw materials come from sources which are located underground, on the ground, and above the ground. So here first we have to thankful to Allah Ta'ala that He blessed us with so many natural resources that we are using in our daily life or in our daily usage. So underground we are having fossil fuels, on the ground we are having trees, and above the ground we are having mountains. Examples of useful products. So sources of raw materials that we are blessed with: air, water, rocks, living things, and fossil fuels. So here are some examples of useful products like filling nitrogen gas in tire, oxygen bleach for stain removal, then fire extinguisher, use of helium gas, then water. So most common uses of water in our domestic uh, usage of water in our domestic life. Then for domestic purpose we can say that agriculture and industrial one. So don't get confused here that what is industrial. So we can say that in factories we can consider the factories as well. So we have rocks. So bricks are made from rocks, and we know that the shopping bags as they are made up of paper, so of course they come from wood. And last but not the least, petrol. So it is come from fossil fuels. So I hope you get the idea about manufacturing, and if someone asks you about manufacturing, now you are able to answer that what is actually the manufacturing is. So in our next lecture we will discuss the useful products of air, water, rocks, living things, and fossil fuels in our next lectures. So if you have any confusion or if you have any question, you may ask. So thank you for your patience and stay blessed.